You are watching the Sci-Fi Channel.
Warning, this sci-fi buzz may be too terrifying for your children. We present the aliens of sci-fi buzz. Hello, young buzzers, wherever you are. This week, the aliens of Star Trek and the man who makes them. Less violence, more stunts and effects. Arnold Schwarzenegger tells us why he changed. Classic clips come to computers. Harlan Ellison reads his mail. And those classic Dark Shadows bloopers.
No, I'm glad you're here.
I'm Mike Jarek. Welcome to Sci-Fi Buzz. And the first thing I want to say is I apologize to the staff. I mean, they're wonderful people. They aren't aliens, actually. Well, a few of them, I'm not sure, are from Earth. But they work very hard tracking down stories about science fiction, fantasy, and horror to present to you. And like I said, most of them are from Earth. And you know what? There's not even one blonde in the entire bunch. Actually, I'm trying to get that changed. But now it's time to meet Michael Westmore, the 13th of the Hollywood Westmores. You know, his grandfather was a wig maker to the Crown of England back in the late 19th century. So what does Michael do to carry on the family tradition? Well, he makes things, too. He makes aliens. Award-winning Hollywood makeup artist Michael Westmore has his hands full whipping up some of the hottest, hippest aliens on television.
Did you tell him about that slug inside of you?
Yes, Benjamin. He knows I'm a Trill. He finds it fascinating. He's never met a joined species before.
As makeup supervisor on both Star Trek The Next Generation and Deep Space Nine, Westmore is deluged with requests for aliens, aliens, and more aliens.
The challenges come hot and heavy, especially with Deep Space Nine, because it seems that they have different types of scripts, and these scripts call for more aliens, more opticals, more visuals, more everything going on.
Fortunately, he's up to the challenge, because if anyone has makeup in his blood, it's this Westmore of Hollywood.
My family history in makeup goes back generations. I'm a third generation working in the business. And my grandfather actually was a wig maker, and as the family immigrated to America from England, they wound up in Hollywood.
After years spent traveling the world, honing his makeup skills in feature films, Westmore decided it was time to settle down. Next thing he knew, he was accepting an offer to beam aboard Gene Roddenberry's latest interstellar brainchild, Star Trek The Next Generation.
Klingons do not pursue relationships. They conquer that which they desire.
Westmore quickly learned Star Trek's alien designs needed to adhere to the rules of Roddenberry.
Our aliens do have a human element to them, that we don't give them 3 mouths or 10 ears or put the eyeballs out here and make them blink. And that all stems to Gene Roddenberry. That was Gene's direction, that his humanoids and his aliens on Star Trek would always have a human element to them no matter what we did.
Surrounded by aliens and humanoids day in and day out, Westmore can't help but speculate on the existence of intelligent life out there.
They could be. I mean, after you worked on Star Trek and you realize the humanoid type of things, so if you get into other galaxies and there can be oxygen and there could be life forms, and they could be very humanoid. And that's what's so interesting about the humanoids that we do, is they are so human, yet they could be from someplace where you might land, and they wouldn't be that different from us.
And no one will be better prepared to offer our galactic neighbors flattering makeovers better than earthly expert Michael Westmore. By the way, Michael Westmore's talents won him an Academy Award several years ago. He created the makeup for Eric Stoltz's character, the deformed young man in the film Mask. Wait a second, is that a call on the buzzboard line?
This is Ron Mendricks from San Francisco. For years, I've been a fan of Chelsea Quinn Yarbrough, whose most recent tale of her benevolent vampires in the Saint Germain cycle is called Darker Jewels. It's set in 16th century Russia, and like every one of her novels, it promises to be a great, vast, and intriguing read.
Arnold Schwarzenegger talks stunts and effects, and a Buzz Best Bet, after this untimely interruption.
Sci-Fi Buzz is brought to you by doctor-recommended Preparation H, serious medicine for the painful itch and irritation of flare-ups.
I saw the doctor because I was itching so much it was awful. He told me to use hydrocortisone cream.
Try Preparation H hydrocortisone cream with the maximum strength available without a prescription. It has a level of medicine that was prescribed by doctors for years. It effectively relieves problem itch.
It worked great, and I didn't need a prescription.
Preparation H hydrocortisone cream. Prescription strength without a prescription.
And for everyday cleansing, try Preparation H cleansing tissues.
No lawyer has ever left your law firm alive.
We have to behave exactly as we have been.
They can get to anyone, anywhere.
We keep each other's secrets.
Why are you asking questions about dead lawyers?
Are we misreading him?
They might know how important your young wife is to you.
Your life as you know it is over.
I know you'll do your best to protect the firm. Won't you, Mitch?
The Firm, rated R, starts Wednesday, June 30th everywhere. You are watching Sci-Fi Buzz on the Sci-Fi Channel.
After making a slew of violence-packed R-rated action pictures over the years, box office superstar Arnold Schwarzenegger has toned things down for his PG-13 crowd.
You always make movies for the people out there. You don't make movies for yourself and for the director and for the studio. It's for the people. And if you know that the people like to see less violent movies, then that's the way you got to make it.
Arnold's current fantasy adventure, Last Action Hero, is surprisingly light on graphic violence. That is, when compared with his sci-fi hits of summers past, like Terminator 2 and Total Recall.
It's a bomb!
He's okay. Minor wound. Both cops dead.
Last Action Hero tells the tale of a young boy who, after receiving a magic ticket, finds himself thrust into the imaginary world of his celluloid hero, Jack Slater.
Oh, Jack! Did you see that?
And while Arnold says there's plenty of action in Action Hero, there aren't any flying limbs or splattered membranes.
I move away more from the violent movies, from the graphic violence, simply because, as I said, the people today are not as interested in seeing those movies. We have a tremendous movement in this country that is an anti-violence movement because of what's going on the streets, because of what we see in society in general. And I think that this is why I feel that I should provide the kind of entertainment that is less violent.
It's also a fact that PG films are 3 times more likely to make over $100 million than R-rated films. And besides being an actor, Arnold is also a shrewd businessman.
See? That's my world. He's going over to my world.
To compensate for less graphic violence, the filmmakers have pumped up the number of stunts and effects in Last Action Hero.
Every time I do a stunt, it is a scary thing to do. I mean, I have to admit that. I mean, I cannot tell you that it is all a piece of cake, although we make it look like it's a piece of cake. But it is a frightening thing to do, to jump off a hotel roof that is 20 stories high and, you know, be on a cable, and the cable maybe slows you down the last 6 feet before you hit the ground or before you hit the elevator. So you always say to yourself, what if this doesn't work? What if this cable doesn't, you know, protect me or something like this?
The big guy scared? Hero director John McTiernan, who also worked with Schwarzenegger on Predator, doesn't buy a word of it.
Actually, he loves physical stuff. You know, it's a challenge, and he loves them. I think those are the days that he has more fun than anything else, than any other days.
Even when he has to dive into a puddle of Oreo cookie dye, substituting for tar, of course, Arnie obviously savors doing stunts. But have we really seen the last of the savage Schwarzenegger that fans have come to know and love?
If there's a story that calls for, like, for instance, when we do the Crusades in the future, yeah, that's a very violent period. You cannot pull back on that. Then you have to shoot it the way it is.
Arnold Schwarzenegger and the Last Crusade. Got a nice ring to it. I bet you knew this. Conan the Barbarian, that character was popular before Arnold Schwarzenegger ever played him. In fact, this candle, yes, that is a candle. Look at the guy's wick right there, see? This was made in London based on the comic book character. And of course, Arnie came along and created these characters for Terminator. Check out this guy here.
I'll be back.
I'm sure you will. In fact, he is back in his new film called The Last Action Hero, and this is one of the characters from that. Jack Slater is his name. Give me 5. Ow! Ooh, Arnie, I gotta... Oh, no! Arnie's getting excited here. Well, I'll tell you what. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, hasta la vista to you. Jack Slater is already available in stores all across America, but we'll have to wait and see if he's going to be as popular as these other Arnie icons. Buckle up, buzzers. On this week's Buzz Best Bets, we're heading back to the future. A host of celebrities turned up at Universal Studios Hollywood recently to help unveil the ultimate sequel to the popular Back to the Future films. Back to the Future, The Ride.
To my crowning achievement, the new experimental 8-passenger DeLorean time travel vehicle.
A similar ride has been operating at Universal Studios in Florida, but the Hollywood version is bigger and better.
It has the most interactive opportunities imaginable. We actually placed people in a DeLorean, and we send them shooting 25 years into the future and then countless years into the past.
The technology behind the ride is impressive, to say the least. Some of Hollywood's top special effects experts were recruited for the project.
We have 3 technologies that we're using to create an alternative reality. The movement of the ride vehicle, our DeLorean, the visual aspect, which is this 80-foot diameter dome image, and the audio, which is an 11-channel stereo audio system that surrounds the audience.
So if you're looking for 4.5 minutes of sheer, unadulterated fun, Universal Studios Hollywood is a Buzz Best Bet. Harlan Ellison is on deck, and the movies come to computers when the Buzz reconnects.
There's a coast in Louisiana where you can start your day with some of the best surf fishing in the world. But what do you do the rest of the day? There's more in Louisiana than you might think. Call for our free travel brochure. Louisiana, we're really cooking.
As a consultant working on NASA projects, Deborah Pennington has taken her DeVry education a long way.
I'm working in real-time software, exploring new frontiers. DeVry opened up a whole new world for me.
At DeVry, you earn a bachelor's degree that meets today's challenges in business and technology.
With DeVry, success isn't that far away.
Call now, 1-800-247-7800. Day and evening classes available. DeVry, we're serious about success.
I didn't seem to see too much savings.
But I do remember them telling me that I had made a great choice, but it just didn't work for me.
I guess I had to learn the hard way.
Have you heard? Now AT&T could save you more than MCI or Sprint. If you spend $40 a month, you could save 25% off our basic rates on calls to your favorite area code and 15% off calls everywhere else anytime. Great prices, another part of the iPlan. Switch now, it's free. Just call 1-800-582-7800.
Service is a big feature with me.
Service is the key. I switched back to AT&T. Had the service that they're obviously known for. So back to AT&T.
I just really wasn't that happy with it, so I switched back for free.
AT&T's the only choice.
I can't go wrong with AT&T.
Prices that could beat MCI or Sprint, plus the best customer service. I is for individual. It's why so many people are switching to AT&T.
I am a HAL 9000 computer.
Meet Bob Fry, Product Development Manager for Sound Source Unlimited, the minds behind the hottest trend in computer accessories.
Audio and visual clips are entertainment software for Macintosh and IBM personal computers. They are fully licensed sound bytes and video bytes, if you will, that have been licensed from the major motion picture studios and TV studios. Primarily we focus on science fiction titles.
Captain's log, stardate 3113.7.
Having secured the rights to sci-fi giants like Star Trek and Star Wars, Sound Source has managed to bring a bit of Silicon Valley to Hollywood. And that comes as welcome news to those who find their computers somewhat less than user-friendly.
It personalizes your computer for you. Typically, computers are these quiet, impersonal, cold devices that we have in our lives. And the ability to put your favorite characters or your favorite musical clips or favorite sound effects on your computer to greet you in the morning or when you open a program up, it makes your computer more personal and almost human.
Computers make excellent and efficient servants.
If your boss isn't giving you enough grief a particular day, you might want to have this clip.
I don't give you enough information to think.
So now your computer can abuse you as well.
Though Sound Source has pretty much mastered the quality of their audio clips, the visual clips are in a constant state of improvement.
The technology that we use to make the movies is something called QuickTime that Apple Computer developed. And it's a very dynamic type of entity on the computer. It's a format for doing movies on the computer, and it's evolving very rapidly. We're seeing changes every 6 months. When QuickTime first came out, we had these little postage-size stamped movies, and now they're getting to be quarter screen.
Though full-screen visuals are only available in the professional domain, Bob Fry predicts they'll be on home computers in a few short years. The line between television and computers will become more blurred than ever.
Daisy. Give me your answer, do. I'm half crazy, all for the love of you.
Hi, this is Jan Wilson from Albuquerque, New Mexico. I enjoy the Quantum Leap novels by Ashley McConnell, especially the most recent one called Too Close for Comfort. In this volume, the future of Project Quantum Leap is in jeopardy. It's an action-filled story with lots of twists and surprises.
You know, our Sci-Fi Buzz commentator Harlan Ellison has been very busy lately. His short story, which originally appeared in Omni magazine, has been selected to appear in this year's anthology of Best American Short Stories. Now that is quite an honor. Congratulations, Harlan.
Hello, brethren and sistren. The sermon for today. Actually, it's not a sermon for today. Actually, this is a follow-up to one of the commentaries I did several weeks ago. I'm sort of answering my mail here. When I did the piece on women writing in science fiction, and I named a lot of writers, and I thought I was going to get pilloried. But I got a letter, and I can't show you the letter, because if I show you the letter, you'll know who wrote it. And that would be betraying the trust of the person who sent it to me. But I've used yellow highlighter here, and I think I've got the salient parts, and I'd like to read you what this writer, a woman, wrote to me. A woman who is a writer and an anthologist, very well known, very highly respected, and she was talking about the commentary that I did about women writing in science fiction. She wrote, "Dear Harlan, I was in the kitchen washing dishes a short while ago when somebody came in to tell me that the television was about to emit something interesting. I asked the obvious question, and he said he was watching Sci-Fi Buzz, and Harlan Ellison's going to talk about women, SF, and fantasy writers. Well, he asked me what had made, I came rushing in. He asked me what had made me so eager and curious. I replied that I wondered if you were going to name names, and he asked for further explanation. I explained that just the weekend previous, and here she names three other women writers of extraordinary award-winning quality, and she had gone on at great length, but in private, about the sad state of SF and fantasy due to the proliferation of poorly written books by women who clearly didn't know better about anything from men to sentence construction. We," and she names the women again, "agreed that the situation wouldn't get better until we stopped being polite to each other just because we were all women, but none of us was ready to name names in public." She goes on and she says some more things, and then she says, "Then you came through with vintage Ellison, sharp, precise, and naming names. May the gods, whoever and wherever they are, smile upon you for once again speaking the truth. I don't know if you consider me with the sheep or the goats, but I think the genre is being inundated with waves of pseudo-feminist fantasy trash, one damn thing after another, plots, cardboard characters, politically correct and recycled, and facile resolutions the Brothers Grimm would laugh out of fairy tale heaven. And a lot of this trash is being typed or keyed, but definitely not written by pairs of women. I take this letter as a great badge of honor. This is a fine writer who sent me this. From time to time, I'll update you. The only other thing I need to update you with are these two small items. One of them has to do with the Nebula ballot. Remember I said it was exactly 50% women? I was wrong. It was over 50%. There was a name I did not know. S.N. Dyer, D-Y-E-R. Well, it turns out S.N. Dyer is a pseudonym, and it is for a woman. I won't give you her real name, although she does write under that name because she hasn't given me permission to. But that means that the Nebula ballot this year was 60% women instead of 50. The other thing you need to be updated on to know exactly where I stand so you won't think I have any hidden agenda, on June 14th, I started work as the conceptual consultant on the forthcoming television series Babylon 5. If I now say anything bad about Star Trek or Deep Space Nine or anything like that, you'll know that I possibly have a secret agenda, so you can discount anything I say. Oh, to tell the truth. Ah, honor. Ah, money. Ah, time. Ay, ay, ay.
The stars and bloopers of Dark Shadows. Next.
Wow, it was a special feeling. I loved it right away.
Arm & Hammer Dental Care. What's it like the first time?
Like a burst of clean. My mouth felt so clean and so healthy that it was just like leaving the dentist office.
That fresh from the dentist feeling. It's because Arm & Hammer has twice the baking soda of any other major brand and all the cavity-fighting fluoride dentists recommend.
Now I get that fresh from the dentist feeling every single time I brush.
Arm & Hammer Dental Care. All the fluoride, twice the baking soda for that fresh from the dentist feeling of clean.
It was one of our nation's darkest moments. And he was there.
The only active agent who ever lost a president.
30 years later.
Do you really have the guts to take a bullet, Frank?
The hell is this? He's back.
This guy's gonna make a try, and I've gotta be there.
In the line of fire.
I see you standing over the grave of another dead president.
Clint Eastwood.
That's not gonna happen.
In the line of fire. Rated R. At theaters July 9th.
Coming up on the Sci-Fi Channel.
You are watching Sci-Fi Buzz on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Rock anthem is something that really inspires. Real honest.
Just driving along in your Chevy. It's something you'd like pump your fist to. It's just rock.
Turn it up.
Introducing Entertainment Weekly's new Rock Anthem CD collection. This exclusive new collection has 24 timeless rock anthems compiled for the first time on 2 amazing CDs or audio cassettes. And when you order Entertainment Weekly, you get the Rock Anthems collection free.
For free? I don't believe it.
It's free when you subscribe to Entertainment Weekly and a savings of almost 70% off the cover price. Call right now and get 30 issues for 4 monthly installments of only $5.99 each. Or use your credit card today.
This is definitely the ultimate air guitar collection.
So call and subscribe today. You'll save almost 70% off Entertainment Weekly, and you'll get the new Rock Anthems collection free.
2 CDs of those old songs would be like bringing back the old friends.
Fans of Dark Shadows are used to them. They see them on the show each and every day. Some are obvious, others are more subtle. They're bloopers. We talked to 3 of the stars of Dark Shadows to find out about their memories of goofs on Dark Shadows. Now watch closely, because in each and every scene that you see here, there is a mistake that made it on the air. Actors on the popular 60s gothic soap opera Dark Shadows usually appeared poised and confident on camera.
I bet you wonder what I'm doing here, eh?
No, I'm glad you're here.
But as we found out, things aren't always as they appear to be. 3 of the show's female cast members offered us a look into the real world of Dark Shadows.
You said I was your friend. Killing me won't get you away from here.
Laura Parker played the beautiful, cunning witch, Angelique.
The show was done as though it were live. There was no editing. So any mistakes we made went on the air. And that set up a very strong sense of tension, and actually fear, in a lot of us.
Today, 27 years after Dark Shadows' debut, its humorous faults are recalled more often than its tidy perfections.
Tell them that you saw no one here.
Oh, that's fine. What am I going to tell them?
That you saw no one here.
Back then, according to cast member Marie Wallace, you either adapted to the frantic pace of live television or else.
When I first went on the show, I was not used to the fact that you had to keep going. It didn't matter. You never stopped. The only time you stopped was if Dan Curtis screamed, "Cut!" And one day I'm doing a scene and the set was falling on my head. And so I stopped and didn't go on. They came out and said, "Why did you stop?" And I said, "Well, because the set was falling down on my head." They said, "No, you don't stop. You only stop if you hear cut."
Though Marie navigated her way through most scenes with only a few cuts and bruises, Laura Parker has some severely singed memories of her fiery House of Cards fiasco.
I was starting a fire in the room of the girl I hated, and I wanted her to die or go mad. So the fire was going to begin on the floor of her room, and in order to do that, I had to light this house of cards. And then I had a long incantation to the devil, in which I, as the house of cards was burning, I would say, "Burn.
Burn. I command you to come. And burn. Burn."
So, I started the incantation, and I took the candle out of the candle holder, and I lit the house of cards, and it went boom!
Okay, we've definitely established that Dark Shadows provided its share of occupational hazards. But as Marie Wallace found, it was also one of the most secure jobs in show business.
On this show, whenever you got killed, you said, I'll probably come back as someone else. I don't know when, but I'll probably be there soon.
Although cast members have successfully moved on since the show finished its run in 1971, Dark Shadows refuses to die. There's even a blooper home video to haunt them. But Catherine Lee Scott wouldn't trade the memories for anything.
It's funny, I've had so many people come up to me and say, "I saw you on Magnum P.I. last night. I'll never forget you as Maggie Evans." Or, "I saw you on Dynasty. Oh, you were so good as Josette Dupre." In other words, even when they see you doing something else on television, their mind skips. And I don't mind it at all. I think it's an honor, really.
Now, if you're going to be in the East in August, check out the 10th anniversary celebration of the Dark Shadows Festival. It will be at the New York Marriott Marquis. Jonathan Frid will be there along with Laura and Catherine, and almost the entire Dark Shadows cast. Call the phone number you see here for more information. This is Mike Jarek wishing you and yours the weirdest of weekends.